car. What's the retail on one of those?
More than you can afford, pal. Ferrari.
Hey people, welcome back to the Man Cave. This time we're going to be doing issue number 5 of a Fast and the Furious Fanhome Mark IV Super Kit. This seems to be focused mainly on engine work on this one, with a bit of a rocker cover and some bits to put together. As always, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through the build, show you the instructions for each part, and give you an opinion on what I think of this issue at the end of it. Okay, so in this one we're going to go through the issue number 5, which really covers an engine block build. It should be relatively quick and easy. What we do get is a cool set of precision tweezers. So we're building up some of the tools from having built the set. And I think we're going to do a little bit of fiddly work in relation to putting some of the engine block bits together. But we'll see how that goes on as we kind of do that. That should be okay. So this is the pack that we get for this one. I will open that one up with a knife. And then we have an assortment of little die-cast engine parts, which are quite cool. So this is in another protective piece of plastic over the top, so that protects your parts from flying all over the place. We've got ourselves the set of tweezers there, which I think are going to help us with some of these fiddly bits that we've got to do on this part. And then we've got everything in these small areas there, and that looks like a really cool Toyota cylinder head block, or rocker cover effectively. So let's try and put this together. So 5.1 says to start, insert the 6 spark plugs 5E into the holes as shown in the ignition coils as shown in the picture. So I think we're going to be taking these and putting these into each one of them. So this is going to be quite handy actually, because we'll be able to take these out. They look like they need to be orientated up like that. And what we'll do is we'll open this up and we'll get these into here. Okay, so they all go in fairly easy. They literally just push in place and they're in. I've got to do another 2 of these, so I'll speed it up, we'll get them done. Right, okay, so they're all done. There is a clear way of orientating these so that you have this bit, if you looked at it like an L shape, that this bit is sticking out towards the outer edge. We're now going to go on to the next part. 5.2 says insert the 3 ignition coils 5D and spark plug 5E assemblies into the rectangular holes at the top of the cylinder head, which is 5C, which is this part here. So that is plastic, looking at that. And what we're going to do is plonk each one of these into here. And that should locate and click in place, and it has. That's quite nice. Worth noting that one of these pegs is bigger than the other. So make sure it goes in the correct way. I didn't notice that until trying to push that last one in and it wouldn't quite locate. So if you're having issues with that, just note that one of them is bigger than the other one. So that's fine, that's all in. We go into 5.3, so that says place the cylinder head cover 5B on top of the cylinder head 5C, making sure that the pins align with the corresponding holes. So orientate it the correct way for this, and then we will put that bit over the top. That's cool. Okay, so little bit of a mark there, but I don't think that's going to get seen again. I think it will be hidden by the actual top of this. We'll get that in. It's gently pushing that in evenly all the way across, just to make sure it locates correctly. Okay, there we go. That seems to be clicking in place. Yeah. Okay, so that is that part complete. So you can see a tiny mark there and there, but I think that won't be apparent when the model's all together, is the honest answer. So 5.4 says insert the oil filler cap 5F into the semicircular hole at the top of the cylinder 5C. So we are putting this into there. Because of the way that it's got a semicircular nub, it's just going to go in one particular way. So that should be nice and easy, and that is in place and done. So we go on to the back of the instructions. We've got 5.5, attach the crankcase ventilator filter 5G to the end of the crankcase ventilation pipe 5H. So what it wants us to do is to put this part together with this part, which we can do if we can get it out. Okay, so this part here needs to go onto the end of here, and then this is going to go, we have to orientate that way, and then this is going to go here into here, like so. So it says to keep the left hand side of the cylinder head assembly for a later stage, and it looks like we've completed that now as a final part of the assembly. So this part of the block stays on its own and this part stays made up. The only negative now is there's nowhere to actually put that to make sure that it stays safe. That's a bit of a pain. But that's made up and done. I'll find a way to protect that. I'm going to put that with the other bits and pieces that I've got, and let's give you some thoughts on that part. Okay, so thoughts on issue 5. This is another one of them small, short issues. There wasn't a lot to be done there, to be fair. I think the whole thing took me about 8 to 10 minutes tops. What we've got is a little bit of detail really with an engine casing. This is all plastic. Some of the detail is quite good and some of it is, I don't know what to say, it doesn't feel amazing. I think it's okay, but it's not, the level of detail at this point in here isn't blowing me away. It's nice to have the etchings and markings of the 2JZ engine there, and this part that is the cylinder block is die cast, but everything else is plastic. I don't know if there's a specific reason for that, but there's not a lot going on in this issue. It is literally these two items by the time you've made everything up. Cool to have a pair of tweezers. They're all right actually. Found them super helpful to take stuff out, but I'm not a massive fan of tweezers. Don't use them a lot, to be fair, in anything that I do. But good to have another tool. Thoughts then. So at the minute we are about, I think about £27 into this build, and I'm hearing various things about what Fanhome charge for some of their issues and some of their products, and it looks like this kind of ramps up and scales up to the point where you're paying around the £85 mark for a set of issues. I don't quite know how many that is. That might be for 6 issues at a time or something. I'm still on the fence. I'm not massively overwhelmed, but I'm not underwhelmed either. The engine block, this issue, for issue 5, is it's all right. I'm neutral about that. In respect to the stuff where we've got about the bumper and the front hood, front bonnet, I'm kind of over the moon in the way that the paint and stuff is on them, and they do look really good, and they are building up quite nice, and they are adding to it. They do look like they've got the detail that I expected from the level that I've been kind of promised for this. So happy enough with that. But yeah, I think we're just gonna have to see how it develops. Next one is going to be issue 6. Don't know when that's coming and what that looks like at this point in time. If you've enjoyed the video, please click the like button. If you want to leave a comment, if you give your thoughts and views about Fanhome, if you've ever done one of these builds before. I have had some feedback from people via the YouTube comments to say some of them are a bit cheesed off that are in America, not being able to get hold of magazines effectively like we've got over in the UK, and that getting hold of the digital instructions is problematic. Also issues to do with actually getting hold of some of the phases, some of the actual issues of parts as well is problematic in some of the builds, like the Skyline build and that. So hopefully we aren't plagued by anything like that. I'm wanting to make sure really that I'm as honest with you guys as possible. This is not sponsored by Fanhome or anything else. I am literally building this for myself. I saw it, I thought it would be a really cool thing to make. I'm massively invested in the Fast and the Furious original films. I love them. But this is one of them things where I'll build it with you. I'll give you my honest thoughts as I go along and my feelings about it. And feel free to join in with the community and let me know what you think. Are you building this one? Have you given this one a miss? Have you built anything else from Fanhome before? If you haven't checked out World of Wayne and you've come across my video, go check out World of Wayne. He does loads of these. It seems like a mega guy. He's well into his builds and he's probably got loads of good tips and stuff for you as well. It doesn't mean you can't watch my stuff and come along with me for my journey as well with it. I am more than novice going through one of these. You know, if you've ever not built one of these, then I'm basically you. And I hope you like what I'm doing. In respect of subscribing, please do subscribe. I'm really chuffed that there's about 40 subscribers now as per this video being recorded. So I'm really hopeful that's going to grow, and hopefully I'll grow and get better as well with you guys. So yeah, let me know what you think. I hope you're all okay. I hope you're getting some of your hobbying done. Just enjoy yourselves, look after yourselves. Take care.